Now, hello. Now, there's certain people wondering what I'm doing at the moment because I haven't made a video in a few days. Well, it's pretty simple. With these groups of individuals, and you know who you are as a group of individual, you have pissed me off to the point of I don't want to have anything to do with you at this time. It's simple as that. I can't mentally, physically, or even verbally set my eyes and put my mouthpiece or type to any of you guys, because you have really been completely narcissistic, mean-spirited jerks when I didn't even do anything. You listened to someone who threatened me and my husband, and you let your imagination take over and accuse me of things that are not even true. And because of this, and because of the constant berating, and the constant naysaying, and the constant dissenting points of view, I just don't want to deal with it, because I'm trying to stay in the positive and not go into the negative. So, if you wonder why I'm not even talking to you group of individuals that you know who you are, then you would understand clearly what I am going through right now. And I don't think I should talk to mean-spirited people. The Bible tells me I should avoid people like you, because you're contentious and you're trying to make strivings and arguments and debate me over stupid things that I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in evolution. I'm not interested in your stupid theories. I'm not interested in your science. Sorry, I'm not interested in that. I used to be interested in that until I found out through many years of research that most of it is all BS, and I'm just taking what man says as the vital truth, men in laboratory coats, when they do the things they do and says this is a fact so they can get money in their pockets from corporations who just want to push an agenda. But see, you don't want to believe that because you are brainwashed in the head through the same media, the same corporations who are trying to push these agendas, because they put it in a nice, pretty, what the heck is wrong with my hair? Whatever, I don't care, it's hot out. Anyway, they like to put it in a nice, pretty package, and they talk really nice to you in the schools, and they talk really gentle to you, and they make things look so amazing, like, we're gonna go to the moon and space travel, and they been saying that since the 1920s, and who's been in space? Oh, right. The people who are trying to propagate these lies to you. But you still want to believe it. It's amazing. It's so amazing. We seen Pluto again, a rock. Even though, really, if you actually look at, pictures of the Earth, or look at pictures of planets, they have a certain Photoshop computer-like image quality to them. It's almost like they took a photo lens, right? They put another lens over it, and you just get, look at my eye, let me do this eye so I'm not like Illuminati. It's like they just put like yeah, you just get that, you see what's in the hole of my hand? You just get that point of view. That's kind of how it looks. You know, everything looks rounded when you put a circle over it and black it out, right? So you're believing that bull crap when you really don't really know what certain things are, but you assume it is because you were taught that in school. Instead of using common sense to figure out what reality truly is and actually being the scientist and skeptic in which you claim to be. You look at the government as they're the good guys trying to fight for the best, fight for freedom, even though the countries America invades are oil rich and full of artifacts that the occult would love to get a hold of. You trust these people who don't do anything good for the economy or the American people, but you trust them, and you're like, voting is wonderful, but yet the people you vote for gets worse and worse. Well, I could vote for the lesser of two evils. Why would you want to vote for evil, period? So, your mind is completely warped and brainwashed. You don't think clearly because you believe what every other person has to say instead of just being like, well, it should be this way, but it's not this way. How does that make sense? You know, and then you say God isn't real and Satan isn't real, even though the people that are controlling the media and controlling the government all put homage to an image called Satan. But yet, you want to trust these people who worship Satan. Satan told the truth in the Garden of Eden. Really? Are we really gods? We're dying. We're not immortal. Even though Adam and Eve were immortal, but they didn't want to stay that way. So, you're trusting in a serpent. You don't know it because you're too blind by everything that you try to look at, and you don't put two and two together, and it's just to the point where it's like, why bother dealing with delusional people who don't want to listen to common sense? You say there is no God, but everything seems to have a significant design to it. You know, everything has a certain perfection to it, even though, you know, it's amazing. You can look at our bodies, for instance, and how did that stuff just randomly happen? Even scientists says there's a design to stuff. Even Richard Dawkins says there's a magnificent design to this creation, and we're called creatures, which means if we're creatures, you know, it comes from the word created, so ergo creation. You look at human beings and you see a significant difference from us from the other animal kingdom, but yet you think it just randomly happened that we became this intelligent, and then you're so egotistical that you think anyone who has a different point of view is stupid, even though you're the one who's believing things that you're told, because that's what secular education is about. It's not about experimentation and actually trying to conceive what this thing called life is. It's about this is it this way, and it's this way, and it's gonna be this way. See, that's why you get tested, not by how you can use your brain and try to figure things out, but more of what you know. Which, for me, I think that's not education at all. That's indoctrination. But you don't want to look at it that way, do you? You simpletons. So, yeah. You know, it just comes to the point where you're pushed and pushed and pushed. And you see blasphemous scenes about your God, and you have people tell you over and over again, your God is evil. Even though if my God was evil, why is my God not striking you dead for being condescending pricks? You're still alive. You're not quite dead yet. But my God is evil, even though he's being long-suffering and not killing you. He's letting you live your life out. But you don't want to think of it that way. You don't want to think of it, oh, maybe he was protecting his people. No, you don't want to think that, do you? Yeah, my God, he didn't want to protect his people. He was just vicious and just wanted seeing random people dead, right? Had nothing to do with them killing babies or anything like that. You know, you want to go and support organizations that sell baby parts. Oh, it's not selling baby parts. They just have to make money in order to collect the specimens, even though someone is already paying to get the child removed. So they make a double profit there, but you don't want to think that at all. You just want to believe the official story, the excuses they like to give, instead of actually using your common sense. You want to, go all haywire and crazy over a lion being shot, but little babies, that's okay. They can go die. A lion, on the other hand, just one lion, by the way, in Africa. It's Africa. There's plenty of lions around. There's only 20,000 lions. Well, if you used your common sense, you would know that in the Bible it was talking about animals are going to die in the end of days, but you don't want to put that into reason. You don't want to put that into reason. It was man who killed them. Oh, yeah. It was. Why? Because we have a fallen nature. And eventually we're going to start wanting to... Oh, wait. We're already doing that. We're already killing each other off little and little. Especially the black race. I find interesting. Margaret Salinger, the creator, the person who put Planned Parenthood together, was a horrible, horrible racist. And not only a racist, but a cultist. Which means her little ideas were coming from Satan. But you don't want to go and put that into view, do you? No, that is just so hard for your brain to take in, because you're blind to reason. You're blind to seeing all that stuff. So, really, I have to say, after the last week of being silenced, this is what's been coming to my mind, of how pathetic of a people you are, that you can't think for yourself. You have to have this group thinking. And you tell people who think for themselves that they're idiots. Yeah. You want to go and say you're moral while you're telling these so-called idiots that they should kill themselves and slit their wrists and should die a horrible death. Go get cancer and die. Go slit your wrists and die. And then you call yourself moral and sane, and call me insane. Yeah, well, you know what? I'd rather be called insane than be someone as heartless as you. Someone who doesn't really care for people. Someone who just cares about their own selves and their own well-being and their own pleasures. Yeah. I think that's all I have to say. You certain individuals that I've been blocking and ignoring on a regular basis lately, because I really can't stand anything that come out of your mouths.